Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Glacius. If you guys remember, back when I switched over to Thunder in Killer Instinct, I said that it was really kind of a tie between Glacius and Thunder. Well, I've been messing around with the game. I actually didn't play it for a couple days, and I came back to Thunder and just felt like, bleh, slob hands of fist of butter and hands of ice thing. It was just terrible. I couldn't play as him anymore. There's just something about him. I was just like, okay, I just need to go on to somebody else. Why not try the whole roster? I have them. Give them a try. So I switched over to Glacius because, as I said, he was somebody who I was really interested in, and I started to click with them. I was like, yeah, I like this guy. So that's what you're seeing. It was actually my first ranked match. Glacius versus Glacius. Very fitting. I do end up winning. But I want to talk about something else. This is going to be a bit of a different format for this video. We will commentate on the second match I have here, but I want to start by talking about, being a respectable person on the internet. I've talked about this before, but just being a good person, not being a sore loser, not just being generally an a-hole. The second match that you'll see here, I actually came up against someone who, it's been a while. I haven't had my headset on. I haven't been playing this kind of games. I'm usually playing games in a party with friends. So I put my headset on for Killer Instinct, and when somebody says good match, I say it back, or I'll say good match to them. I'm respectable in that manner. There's no reason not to be. And so I can hear people. I have my mic muted, when I start, but as soon as the match starts, dude just dishing out disses, man. Calling me a faggot, like endlessly. That was the first thing he said. He was like, get over here, faggot. Just kept saying it, man. And I was like, dude, seriously? Like, is that necessary? You don't even know who I am, first of all. A complete stranger. And it's like, it's a game. It's like, if you get that angry about it, maybe you shouldn't be playing it, And it's just, it's something that carries on. If I was somebody else, I probably could have just, shouted right back at him. Like, hey, no, you're a this, you're that. But I'm not that kind of person. And the thing is, pass it on, pass on the good, it'll come around, because the match right after that, you guys aren't going to see it here, I played this Orchid. He did very, very good. He locked me out all the time. I couldn't do anything to touch this guy. I won the first match. It was like a fluke. He decimated me the next two. It was Exhibition I was playing, actually. And I stuck around because, he was a good player, and I was learning from fighting him. After I was done, I was about to send him a message. I get a message from him. I'm like, oh, God, what's it going to be? He was just all happy. Hey, thanks for not quitting. Those were some really good fights. Your combo breakers are insane. I just was hitting combo breaker after combo breaker. First try, every single time. It was awesome. And, we started talking. It was awesome. We sent like 5 or 6 messages talking about the characters, and we went on our way. And we were for the better. We weren't for the worse. And that carries on, man, in the internet, in the world of gaming, whether it be on Xbox or Steam or PlayStation 3, anywhere. When you send a good message to somebody like that, they feel good. And they're definitely, the next time they play somebody and they have a good match or a good experience with a random person, I can assure you that they're going to go out of their way to send that person to message them and let them know, make them aware that they had a good time. And that's the kind of thing we need to spread out. I've said it before, and I'm saying it again. But let's get back to Killer Instinct here. Let's commentate on this Jago versus Glacius match, because this was our angry gamer. He's a very angry man. So I have to admit, I didn't want to let him win, because I didn't want to give him some weird sort of satisfaction for beating a faggot, as he said. God, I hate that word. Anyways, we dug into it, and right off the start, the first thing he said to me was, get over here, Like, he was just like, thought he had me. So then I just went to town, and he wasn't a very good Jago. I've definitely run into some crazier Jagos, and I have to say I took a little bit of enjoyment in really decimating this guy for that reason. But again, there's a lot of things I still have to work on with Glacius. The same issues that I had with Thunder and Orchid, they just carry over, is my ability to continue combos. I understand how to reset combos. I understand how to reset, damage to just do enders. I never miss an ender. I see people miss enders all the time still. That's something that you really need to practice with. Learning enders and making sure that you actually pull them off, is a very important part of the game, because that's the difference between winning and losing, essentially. But my issue is being really accurate on the joystick. Miss Micro is something that I really have an issue with. I'm constantly just accidentally throwing different things. Just by, the slightest variation of the joystick, you can go from using Glacius's forward dash, his like shoulder attack, into just a regular foot, a low kick. And that is the difference between continuing a combo and dropping it out halfway through. Even if you manage to pull an ender off, you still missed out on 50% damage, possibly. It's it's an issue I really need to focus on. It's getting better and better the more I play. And Jago right here, this was just a pretty solid match for me. I'm still mixing together things. You won't see me use his like ice ground attacks too much yet. I'm still kind of working on how to string those together with a lot of his just actual kicks and melee attacks. But once you can get all of those things and pull them all together, that's when you really start to understand how the game functions, and to really, understand, okay, I see now how I can pull off, a combo that drains an entire bar of health. It's just really about that whole focus, getting it all together. A lot of people right now, when you're playing against them, are just kind of throwing out low kicks, throwing out high kicks. You know, they're not making use of autos. Most people definitely aren't making use of manuals, at least not at my difficulty level. You know, I'm around rank 2, free, young blood around there. I'm not really sure how the ranking system works, actually. I'm a 5. I keep running into 2s and 3s and stuff like that, but around my skill level, not a lot of people are using a lot of variation, and that's what makes, you know, such short combos, and generally what can make some really long matches sometimes when I play. But this Saberwolf match right here, this was a very, very good match, actually, for myself. I had this guy, again. I've done this so many times before. It was a ranked match, too, so that was upsetting. Within, like, inches of death. And I just screwed up. You know, it's really easy to get the adrenaline going. Fighting games for me are not something that I'm really used to, like, especially playing online, you know, against other people. The adrenaline is just insane. Like, my hands are shaking, my heart's pumping, I'm just, like, in the zone. And so I start to get flustered, and I start to do stupid things, and I start to button mash, and I start to lose focus. I'm not blocking, I'm not doing combo breakers, and then it all just falls apart. And less and less of that is happening to me, but it happens at the end here with Saberwolf, and it was just like a slap in the face. Like, dude, you knew what you had to do. You just had to chill out, and you could have pulled this one together, and I didn't. I didn't at all. It was rough, but you know what? You live and you learn. And as you guys know, Saberwolf is like my arch nemesis, man. He is my arch nemesis, but see a little bit. See right there. My general rule of thumb is if I can't, you know, get them on their second bar before they get me on my second bar, there's a pretty good chance that I'm not doing everything that I need to be doing to be successful. Luckily, I swept him up real quick there. You know, he got me done, and I was like, okay, well, we can't let him dish any more damage out. Once they start dropping you to half health on your second bar, and they're still on the first bar, it doesn't matter if they have a centimeter left on their first bar. That's a big advantage gap you're giving them. So here, there's a couple of those issues I talked about, really not being able to continue my combos, just stupid things, accidentally canceling because I'm button mashing, I'm doing shadow cancels and stuff on accident, and I finally get it going right there, and I wall bounced him, but I wasn't prepared for it. It wasn't something I expected, because again, miss micro, right there, you know, there's no reason I shouldn't have had him. I should have kept him against the wall and just finished the thing, and sadly it didn't happen. He's going to make a comeback right now. Now at the end of this video, I just want you guys to watch this final match. It was just a match where I did really well. It wasn't somebody who was particularly good, but it's the fastest I've ever cleaned somebody up, and it was just a lot of fun. I think it's a match you guys will enjoy watching. There's a lot of things that I do really, really well in that match, and it really expresses kind of where my skill level has developed from when I started the series to where it is now. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's me versus Jago, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Ready. Fight. Look out. Solid combo. Look out. Solid combo. Look out. Beastly combo! Ready, fight! Look out! Extreme combo! Look out! Combo breaker! Lock out! Supreme victory!